And they're in a pretty good spot. 2.5 games better than the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Cardinals playing really good baseball here in September, 14-6, but they're having a hard time running away from the Pirates, who have won 13 of their last 16 ball games, just 2 back in the loss column. Should be a fun week to watch those 2 clubs.
And the Cardinals' magic number is 5 in the division. The Cubs have been very competitive against them. Look at that, JD. The Cubs have out-homered the Cardinals 24-9.
Yeah, and that really speaks to the nature of these 2 clubs. The Cubs very home run dependent, not the case with the Cardinals. They're much more of a high average line drive team, and they've been much better in the season series with the Cubs with runners in scoring position.
Been a tough year for Travis Wood, who was an all-star last year. He will not get to 200 innings this season. Final start of the year, and was pretty good his last time out.
Yeah, indeed he was. It was a nice bounce-back outing for him. 2 starts ago, he really scuffled. 6 shutout last time against the Reds. This season against St. Louis, 4 starts. He's 2-0. The club is 3-1 in those 4 starts with an ERA just a little bit below 4.
On Friday, Clayton Kershaw got win number 20. Adam Wainwright is trying to join him tonight.
Yeah, and he's been really pitching well. A shutout last time out against Milwaukee. He's 4-0 with a 1.69 ERA here in the month of September.
Well, the last time the Cardinals saw the Cubs, Jorge Soler had a big 2-homer performance to announce his arrival here in the big leagues. He's in the lineup tonight for Game 1. Next. By Budweiser. Designate a driver and enjoy the great times. Ford, manufacturers of America's best-selling brand. Check out our best-selling lineup at your local Ford store or online at localfordstores.com. And by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports.
Tonight's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by WRTO La Tremenda, Chicago's Spanish language sports leader.
And Cubs baseball in beautiful high definition on WGN is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Now the St. Louis Cardinal lineup written out by manager Mike Matheny. Happy 44th birthday to Matheny. Matt Carpenter back in the lineup. They've got some sort of a stomach illness, flu bug thing going around the clubhouse. He missed 2 games. He's back tonight. Randall Grichuk is in right. Matt Holliday in left. Johnny Peralta is his shortstop. Yadier Molina is behind the plate. Matt Adams also missed 2 games due to illness. John Jay in center field. Very good numbers all around. He always seems to hit for average. Pete Kozma gets to start at second, and the pitcher Adam Wainwright bats ninth.
Defense for the Cubs this evening: Coghlan, Kalish, Soler left, center, right. Around the horn will go Valbuena, Baez, Alcantara, and Rizzo. Wellington Castillo behind the plate, and Travis Wood on the mound. 31st start for Travis. 8 up, 12 down, 486 earned run average.
Let's get the umpires for you tonight. Paul Emmel is the crew chief. James Hoy at first. Joliet's Mark Carlson at second. Bill Welke over at third. Wind not doing a whole lot. Cool temps as we get started. Cardinals and Cubs resuming their long-standing rivalry, which dates back to 1892. Lefty to lefty to get us started, and a strike, I think. Yes?
Yeah, I got you. Yep.
Okay. Didn't see much of a call from Emmel. 0-1 on Carpenter. Assistant hitting coach David Bell, I guess, went back to the team hotel. Marco Gonzalez did not make the trip. I was not in their clubhouse, but I guess over the weekend there were signs that said wash your hands everywhere in the Cardinal clubhouse. This is the wrong time for everybody to get sick. 59 degrees, and again, not much wind.
So if you're going to go over to the Cardinal clubhouse, you're going to throw on a hazmat suit, or at least a mask.
Carpenter knows how to work the count.
Yeah, very patient hitter. Typically sees a lot of pitches. He's got a little something in the eye. Maybe a contact issue. Ironically, because he's a pretty good contact guy.
He has hit .321 against Wood in his career. No batting gloves as he gets ready to hit, and he missed it for strike 3.
So much for contact. Good start for Wood, who went 6 scoreless last time out. He got a no decision against the Cincinnati Reds. Cut fastball, gets the swing and miss from Carpenter. Used his changeup a good bit in that start against Cincinnati. Still relies heavily on the cut fastball. That's his go-to offering.
Carpenters usually use Wood, but could we say Wood abused Carpenter that time?
Yes.
Randall Grichuk playing right. Backdoor breaking ball in for a strike. Big series for Grichuk against the Reds over the weekend. 4 for 10, 2 doubles, 2 home runs. Matt Holliday on deck. Inside, almost hit him. Cardinals ranked 10th in the National League in runs. As JD mentioned, they hit for average, 5th in batting average, 2nd to last in home runs. Fly ball to center field. That's Ryan Kalish out there tonight. And 2 down for Holliday.
The Cardinals are an interesting team. You know, they're a first place club and they're having a nice year, but they don't really stand out in any one area.
No, they don't.
Kind of middle of the league in most statistical categories. 8th best ERA in the National League.
Holliday with a first inning homer off Kyle Hendricks on July 27th here at Wrigley. The only run in a Cardinal 1-0 win. Then moved to late August in St. Louis. He had game-winning RBIs in the final 2 games of that set. 3 homers, 9 knocked in those 2 contests.
Chris, well-placed heater from Wood. Holliday in his career, .351 hitter against Travis Wood, and he's seen a lot of them. 13 out of 37 with 4 long balls. So.
A member of the band Missing Persons here at the ballpark. 1-2. That's what I'm talking about. This is Wolfpack. Wolfpack of one. Rizzo in foul territory, and Travis Wood very sharp here in the first inning.
Oh,
Cubs coming up when we come back. By Mazda and the 2014 Mazda 3 with seamless connectivity. Chris Coughlin, big weekend against the Dodgers. Javier Baez, the shortstop, hits second. Anthony Rizzo should be good to go the rest of the way, assuming the back holds up. Soler back in the lineup tonight. Luis Valbuena, good numbers versus the Cardinals. Castillo homered yesterday. Alcantara homered Saturday. It's Kalish in center and the pitcher Wood.
Who's where for the Cardinals tonight? Holiday, Jay Grichuk in the outfield. Carpenter, Peralta, Cosma, Adams third to first. And Molina behind the plate, and Big Adam Wainwright on the mound.
Trying for his second 20-win campaign. Last time he won 20 was 2010, and he got that milestone victory against the Cubs as well.
He's a workhorse, a true ace, and he's been at his best here in September when they've needed him the most. 19-9, 245. He's only allowed 10 home runs in 220 innings of work.
Swung on and missed.
Doing it with a fastball that, in terms of velocity, is probably a click below major league average. He has tremendous command. Good cutter, outstanding curveball.
Excellent fielder. Unlike a lot of guys these days, he's in a good fielding position after he lets go of the ball.
Yeah, very sound mechanically. Repeats his delivery and generally does a lot of work down around the knees and below.
Did you say pizza delivery?
Oh, my.
Oh, repeats
delivery.
Wainwright won number 20 in 2010, September 24th that year here at Wrigley Field. Bounce to the shortstop, Johnny Peralta, who makes the play, one down. The Cardinals as a staff have 21 shutouts. That's the most in team history since 1968, when in the year of the pitcher they dealt 30. Wainwright coming off complete game shutout win.
Gibson probably had half of those in 68.
Yeah. What a 1.12 ERA that year. 1-0 on Javier Baez. Did a little digging today. So he has struck out in 16 straight games. We know he's swinging and missing a lot. 1-1. But his walk rate is increasing. That's good to see. Over his last 34 games, 9.3% after not walking in his first 12 games, over 53 plate appearances. So the strikeout rate right now, JD, is basically double the major league average, 41%. But his walk rate is in good shape, and hopefully that will go up a little bit while the strikeout rate goes hopefully down.
Yeah, and
a fair amount.
As the walk rate goes up, you know, the idea being that he'll see more pitches to hit. Right now, he's just pulling off so many pitches.
It was a bad one, and he went after it in the dirt for strike 3.
You know, the better guys for sure have been able to exploit his aggressiveness. Certainly would put Wainwright in that category of one of the better guys.
Strike on Rizzo.
Gibson had 13 shutouts in 1968.
Not bad. Yeah, I want to give Ryan Davis some credit. Ryan sent out a tweet about that walk rate, so got me thinking a little bit about Javier and those non-contact plate appearances. He's had a lot of them, hasn't he? We hope more will be walks than strikeouts down the road. That one just poked the other way by Rizzo, and it kicks off the sidewall. He's on his way to second. He's got to hurry. He is safe. It's a 2-out double.
If ever there's a time to push it, it's with 2 outs to get into scoring position. So, you know, Rizzo, he's shown this approach all year long with 2 strikes. A little quieter with the lower body, willing to sacrifice power to put the ball in play. So that becomes a question for Baez too. Are you willing to make that adjustment, or should he make that adjustment? There's plenty of people around the game that say guys that are capable of hitting the ball out of the ballpark shouldn't really make that adjustment. Go ahead and swing big all the time. But we've seen it pay off in terms of average for Rizzo this year.
Soler takes a cutter off the outside corner for ball 1. 18 games in, 15 times, or 15 of those games, I should say, he has at least 1 hit. He's knocked in a run in 12 of the 18. He's got an extra base hit in half. That one might get down. Long run. Grichuk's going to get there. Just held up for the right fielder. 0-0 after an inning.
Sandberg paying tribute to the fans around Wrigley Field, taking a lap around the field, and in his speech he thanked the one consistent through his 15 years, and that's been the fans right here at Wrigley Field day in and day out.
September 21st, 1997, Ryne Sandberg's last game at Wrigley Field. Southwest Airlines, without a heart, it's just a machine.
Travis Wood back to work. Johnny Peralta, first year with the Cardinals, and a club record 21 home runs for a shortstop in a single season. In the dirt, one got away from Travis. A tough year for Rhino with the Phillies. First full season as their manager. Right now 71 and 85. Last place in the National League East. That's high. It's 3-0. The Braves collapse, costing Frank Wren his job as Atlanta's general manager. John Hart, on an interim basis, takes over. Doesn't sound like he's in the mix, though, and doesn't want to be in the mix to be the permanent GM. He and John Sherholtz are good friends. Sandy Alderson reportedly ready to get an extension as the Mets general manager. Soler over, and it's out of play. Let's get a Cubs selfie from you. Hashtag WGN Cubs. And we say selfies. No, like that's not a selfie, right? That's somebody else taking the picture. But and I say that because John Oliver on his show the other night did a bit on TV, people calling pictures selfies when they're really not. So we just wanted to acknowledge that
there is
a
stark difference between a selfie and a non-selfie, right. And you're not going to fool us.
Three and two on Peralta. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
All the way back to get him. Well, behind 3-0.
Now this would be a selfie, right?
Mm-hmm. You could take, and there's a camera behind you, so you could do a picture of yourself.
I think I did. There it is. Can't really see it. I'll send it to our producer, Mark Brady. He'll get it on the air. Boy, that was a bad picture. Mainly because I'm in it and I took it. But it is a selfie. Molina fouls. Uh-oh.
Oh, come on, fellas. It's not that cold.
Already heating up in the bullpen. Second
Maybe
inning.
they're just going to make some toast. Wow. Maybe it's colder down there than it is up here. I don't even have a ski hat on tonight. It's usually how you can tell if it's really cold here at the ballpark.
Soler's got it. 2 outs. Cub fans, make sure you check out Len and JD's baseball blog at WGNTV.com. The blog is sponsored by Jeff Vukovich, your nationwide insurance agent. Serving the area for 36 years. To join the nation, contact Jeff at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. A special thanks to our WGN home crew and game notes on tonight's contest and much more. Here's Matt Adams fouling. So he and Carpenter missed Saturday and Sunday due to that bug going around the Cardinal team. Oh, 0-2. This is the Travis Wood we saw last year, and the guy we saw in his last start against the Reds. Fouled out of play. John Jay on deck. Laid off that pitch to even it up 2-2. Jake Arrieta gets his final start of the year on Wednesday night. Kyle Hendricks will go tomorrow, and then we'll likely see him on Sunday in Milwaukee. What a year for Arrieta. He'll try to get his 10th win on Wednesday against John Lackey. Strike, 3 called. 6 up, 6 down for Travis Wood through 2. By Xfinity. Great to see one of the Cubs' top prospects, shortstop Addison Russell, finished the year with the Cubs at Double-A Tennessee after being acquired from the Oakland A's. Taking in some batting practice. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. 3 seasons, still only 20. Career 300 hitter and has slugged .522 in the minors.
Yeah, and defensively, the reports are outstanding. Great hands, big strong kid. Draws comparisons to Barry Larkin.
Luis Valbuena, a little equipment issue there. 1 ball, no strikes. He's got the perfect name for Wrigley Field, doesn't he? Addison. we look forward to seeing him in uniform here at some point, not too far down the road.
Yeah, and get a picture of him in the Bear, the Cub, Clark the Cub. There you have Clark and Addison.
That's right. 3-0. Balbuena.
Or maybe
for 20 against Wainwright.
We could get Clark Griswold out here. Clark and Addison that way. I think he still lives around here.
How about Gary Sheffield?
Mm-hmm.
Joe Waveland.
The lesser known Joe Waveland.
Wainwright with his 3-1, and Balbuena missed it 3-2.
Wainwright and Wood both work quickly with a purpose. They won't stray very far from that slab. They'll make their pitch, get the ball back, and right back to work.
The invisible 91 looked like it was pretty much down the middle, but Balbuena couldn't get it.
Don't miss your chance to meet your favorite Cub players and alumni at the 2015 Cubs Convention. It will take place at the Sheraton Chicago Hotel and Towers, January 16th through the 18th. Hotel packages are on sale, and they come along with individual passes. To book your stay or purchase passes, visit CubsConvention.com.
Wellington Castillo returned from a bruised rib yesterday, and he homered, his 12th of the year. That's a career high. His previous high was 8, set last year.
Yeah, fits and starts for Castillo this year offensively. Had some really tough stretches. Then he'd start to heat up, and you thought, well, maybe it's all going to come together for him. And overall, I think it's been a bit of a down year for him.
Yeah, and I think there's an asterisk there offensively for Welly, because I do think there was a huge emphasis he has put on his work behind the plate, and not everybody can be Yadier Molina. Do all that great work back of the plate and then go out and hit 280. A jam shot bouncer to the second baseman Cosma, and he gets Castillo. And I think that's one position, JD, where you feel like you're in good shape with Castillo. If it's a position you can upgrade, that's one of the few spots around the diamond where you don't have a prospect, knocking at the door. Now Kyle Schwarber still wants to be a catcher, but he's probably not going to be in the big leagues catching, at the start of next year, that kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, and catching is always a defense first position. For me anyway, you value the guys back there who can handle the pitching staff and do all the, shut down the running game, and he's been much better in that regard in the second half of the season.
I mean, if the Cubs had a top 5 offense, you look at Welly's year offensively and you go, great, whatever he gives you.
Right, and with what's on the way, if all these kids come up and turn out to be the players we hope they'll be, then you don't really have a problem with Wellington not developing, beyond what he is offensively. I just think I think there's more there offensively.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think he would agree with that. In the dirt on the curveball to Alcantara. Wainwright's from Georgia, Brunswick, Georgia. Recently turned to 33, 6'7", 235. And ouch, Alcantara's backswing caught Molina on the helmet, but he's okay. Scoreless after 2. There's that selfie.
Fans, if you'd like to manage the game along with that gentleman there, Rick Renteria, log on to WGNTV.com. Do it right now and click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner. There you'll connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and information while you watch from home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape. They have pools, patio sets, play sets, hot tubs, and more.
Scoreless as we get into the third. John Jay, pretty consistent this year with his batting average, has not hit lower than 266 in any month, and he hit 382 in August.
And he's batting .370 against left-handed pitching.
Drives this ball out in the deep center. Kalish going after it. He makes a running grab on the warning track. What a play.
Kalish gets a start in center field. You see the break after the swing by Jay. Good route. Great concentration.
Looks easy, but when you've got those bricks looming, some guys tend to short arm it a little bit. Pete Kozma playing second. Fifth start, all coming this month. Hey, we want to give a shout out to Ethel Ahrens, native of Chicago. She's been a Cub fan her whole life. 102 years old. Lives at the Rosewood Nursing Home. Lived and taught in Oak Park and Mount Prospect for many years. Watching us tonight.
Wow, happy birthday.
Yeah.
What an achievement.
I don't know if it's her birthday. I think she's just 102.
Oh, I thought it was a birthday. No.
Just saying hi. Yeah, every day's your birthday.
Yeah.
Right? One and two to Kozma. Here it is. Fouled behind the Cardinal bullpen. Their magic number in the Central is 5. So just doing the quick math, if the Cubs can beat them 2 out of 3, there's no way they can clinch in this series. Pirates are in Atlanta. Scoreless in the 5th tonight.
Liriano for Pittsburgh tonight.
Harang for the Braves.
Liriano's been great lately for the Pirates. Well, they got a 0.45 ERA in September.
Delivers that ball line to left for the Cardinals' first hit. Kozma has a double.
Wood's been good about keeping that cutter down so far tonight. That one was up right over the heart of the plate for Kozma. You can't go to sleep on Adam Wainwright. He's a pretty good hitter.
.188 this year, .203 for his career, and a pretty good rip at that pitch. Wainwright started the All-Star game for the National League. Got into some hot water with some by admitting, at least for a few innings, that he grooved a couple of fastballs to Derek Jeter in his first at bat. That resulted in a double. Some took the term pipe shots to mean that, he kind of gave him some BP pitches, and then he later went, no, I'm just challenging him. kind of had to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah, people were getting pretty worked up about that.
Gave up 3 runs in that first inning. We both stated for the record we didn't have a problem with any of it. Strike 3 called. That pitch actually looked inside, but Travis Wood will gladly take it.
Yeah, that's a pitch you rarely get called. Finishes off the inside corner, ran across the plate. Paul Hummel appears to be in the mood to call some strikes here tonight. Well, it's weird. This whole thing about the All-Star game mattering as to who hosts the World Series. You can understand people going, wait a minute, that could create a little bit of a disadvantage for the National League if you're pumping fastballs over the heart of the plate to Jeter. By the same token, it's Jeter. It's the end of his career. You want to challenge him. I think most players in that game still treat it as an exhibition.
Yes. That's where the disconnect is.
And the irony is, years ago,
when it didn't count,
there was a period of time where the players really cared about who won and lost, and then that slowly kind of disappeared.
Totally agree. 2-0 to Carpenter.
And I don't know that you can really ever get that back.
Cosmo the runner at second. Wood checking on him. Now the pitch. It's in there, and it's 2-1. Happy 35th birthday. Big Cub fan in Mayville, New York. Matt Simcoe watching tonight. Wood back in it at 2-2. Very calm conditions. Temps in the upper 50s tonight. Very comfortable here at Wrigley. Clear skies.
Carpenter strikeout victim last time, but he's below average in terms of strikeout rate. He walks almost as much as he strikes out. Very patient hitter. Typically he's looking to go the other way, especially when he's down in the count. He's a line drive hitter. Got a gap to gap. Helps play him step the other way in the outfield, pretty much straight up on the infield.
Swing and a miss. He got him. That'll end the inning. 5 Ks for Wood in the first 10 batters.
We are scoreless. Wrigleyville Rooftops has premier seating for up to 200 for corporate gatherings, family reunions, and bachelor or bachelorette parties. Individual and group tickets are available for all games. For more details, you go to WrigleyvilleRooftops.com or call 773-248-ROOF.
Bottom of the third. A scoreless tie. Kalish, Wood, Coghlan. His team with a hit, a double. Rizzo for the Cubs. Cosma for the Cardinals, and a strike on Ryan Kalish. Wainwright way over to the left, the first base side of the pitching rubber. Fastball at 88. It was wide. Kalish made the opening day roster, appeared in 39 games, optioned to AAA Iowa on May 26th. Spent the rest of the season there and then came back here on September 3rd. Pitch outside. Nice to see Travis Wood do some more damage with the bat, solidify his Silver Slugger credentials. Only 3 home runs on the year for Travis.
Now the Silver Slugger is strictly a statistical award, is it not?
No, I think it's
they vote on it?
Yeah. I think that is a coaches and managers award, the Gold Glove, which does have a statistical component.
Yeah, they've got a analytical component to the Gold Glove now, right? Don't they?
Yeah,
Saber,
I
or
think
something
has
like that?
yeah, some advanced stats that basically account for a quarter of the vote. Three-2 on the way, and we'll do it again. You got him looking. Big Ten rivalry week continues this week. Support your Big Ten school and get a special Cubs t-shirt featuring your school colors. Tomorrow night, Nebraska and Iowa will duel it out. The Big Ten rivalry promotion only available through Cubs.com/special events. Be part of the Big Ten fun. Here is Travis Wood. Well, he's got a hitter's count. Travis with a .737 OPS as a pitcher. That leads all major league pitchers at the plate. Madison Bumgarner right behind him. Grichuk in right, and let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Beautiful Wrigley Field, final home series of 2014, the 100th anniversary season in this iconic ballpark, and the Cardinals and Cubs. Games 17 through 19 of a season series. It is currently led by St. Louis 9-7. Cubs have out-homered him 24-9.
So the Cubs finish their home portion of the schedule here with the Cardinals, and then they'll open next season here with the Cardinals.
Curve strike to Coughlin. That is Monday, April 6th, 2015. Broken bat bouncer hugging the line, foul.
What do you think, Wainwright, Arrieta scheduled to pitch that day?
Yeah, I
or
would say
to be
at the
determined. Who knows?
I don't know if Ricky's been asked just yet.
No probables listed yet for 2015. So apparently Major League Baseball has formed or is forming another committee to study pace of play issues with Major League Baseball. Perhaps will be some rule changes coming next year. It would not influence either one of the starting pitchers here. You wouldn't have to put a clock on Wainwright or Wood.
Fouled away. Good friend Bruce Miles, I assume he's going to write something about it. From the Daily Herald, he was showing me the game times of Kyle Hendricks' starts too, and I mean it's a lot of 231s, 237, 240.
Which was the norm back in the early 1980s. Yeah. 2.5 hour game was the norm. Now we're up around 3 hours average time a game. And again, it's not necessarily the length of game, but it's the pace. It's the really long, low-run games. It has you kind of scratching your heads. It's one thing if guys are banging the ball all over the ballpark and it's a 9-7 game and there's a lot of action. That's going to take a little longer to play. But the low-scoring games, they're taking 3 hours plus, and not a whole lot going on. It can get a little tedious.
Bounce past Wainwright, but right to Cosma, who makes the play. 0-0. 3 in the books. schedule. I want to ask our producer, Mark Brady, to do that little mechanic again.
Yeah,
Right there.
good.
Yeah.
Teach you that.
Go further in any
unruly.
one of Ford's many fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at local Ford stores.com. He's the maestro down there.
And he wants to be called Maestro. Nothing but Maestro.
Seinfeld character. Right? Yeah. Mark Metcalf. Swing and a miss by Grichuk. It's 0-2.
Good little let up there from Travis Wood. As I mentioned, he used that pitch effectively and more often than normal last time out against Cincinnati.
Bryant, Arkansas native deals, and Grichuk stays alive.
Trying to finish strong on what has been a disappointing season and on a nice little roll here tonight.
And rifled into left center as Grichuk is on.
He tried the changeup again, and that one just stayed up a little bit on him.
Here's Holiday. .351 against Travis Wood for Matt Holiday. Wood got him in the first inning on a foul out. And ball one. Cardinals jumped into first place at the beginning of this month, and they have not let go. 14-6 in September. Bounced into right. Trouble now for Wood. Middle of the order coming up. 2 on, nobody out.
I get into the holiday. Well, there you go. There's timing for you. Spirit a little early and support Cubs charities by being part of our holiday tradition. Purchase your limited edition Chicago Cubs Christopher Radko glass ornament. Ornaments are $60, and all proceeds will benefit Cubs charities. Visit Cubs.com/ornament for more information.
There you go. Good timing. Here's Peralta. So 6 games into the season, the Cardinals 3-3 and in third place. They moved up to second 6 days later. Spent most of the year trailing Milwaukee. Caught the Brewers on August 31st, passed them the next day, September 1st. And they may be just a few days away from clinching the division. A lot of people thought the Cardinals were the team to beat when the season started. Mike Matheny, third year as their manager. They've been a playoff team all 3 years. If they get there next year, JD, he will be the first manager in Major League history to lead his team to the playoffs in his first 4 seasons as the skipper.
Heck of a run.
And he's only 44. As I mentioned, today's his birthday.
Now, obviously easier in this era of baseball to go to the postseason. But still a very nice achievement for Matheny.
2-0 now on the dangerous Johnny Peralta.
Pitch away from contact there, trying to get Peralta to chase down and away. He would not. So Cardinals getting their second look here at Travis Wood. Finding some success. He's going to have to make a couple big pitches here. Peralta get back into this one.
Swinging away 3-0. Nice barehanded pick by Chad Noble. And he didn't even lose his coffee.
That was very stylish by the young man, Chad Noble, a Cubs bullpen catcher. Spent time as a player in the Cubs organization. Had a heck of a career at Northwestern.
The 3-1 out of the left center. Knuckling, it gets past a diving Coghlan. Grichuk will come around to score. Holiday will be held at third. It's a double for Johnny Peralta, and it's 1-0 St. Louis.
Like that ball was going to hang up there long enough for Coghlan to make a play on it. It was hit off the end of the bat. Reaches out and lifts it towards left center field, and I thought Chris was going to be able to run it down. Could not. Grichuk scores. Holiday, after waiting, takes off, makes third.
Second and third, here's Molina. Cubs will bring their infielders halfway in. Rizzo all the way in toward the edge of the grass, but way off the line. And Molina gets a piece of it for strike one.
He typically will really take a right center field approach in situations like this.
Remember, Molina missed 40 games because of a right thumb injury early July through late August. For this final month.
It's such an important piece of their ball club that the Cardinals weathered the storm. They played pretty well without Molina.
And there is that opposite field approach. Holiday scores. Peralta to third. Ball gets past Rizzo. Now Molina takes off for second, and he'll get it. So it's 2-0.
Single RBI. That should be an error on Rizzo, allowing Molina to move up to second base.
I think they gave it to Soler.
Wow. That's on Anthony, and Anthony would tell you it's on him.
Still second and third with no outs. Adams. And a foul strike. Swing and a miss. He needs a strikeout here. 0-2 on Adams. We've said this more than once. This is the kind of night you don't want to let the Cardinals run away and hide here with Adam Wainwright on the mound. They already have two, and there is strike three. Castillo will fire to first, and the other runner's holding. So one away now, John Jay.
As good as John Jay has been, you might be tempted to put him on here, even though he's a left-handed hitter. .370 against left-handed pitching coming in to this ball game.
Robbed of extra bases by Ryan Kalish in the last inning. And he just, with a half swing, pokes one out of the left center. The Cardinals are going to get a couple. Jay on his way to second. He'll get the bag on the throw to the plate. It's 4-0.
Good job of hitting by the Cardinals in this inning. Some sloppy defensive play by the Cubs. And look at that ball. It just blocks it out there into shallow left field.
First 4 reached, and all have scored here in this 4th inning.
Ball probably should have been cut. I don't know if there's lack of communication or just awareness.
Now Ricky's got the whole infield on the mound. He may be talking to everybody, not just the pitcher and the catcher. Stay tuned. The 7th inning stretch coming up, brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Great times are waiting. Grab some Buds.
But Tom O'Reilly, he won the right to sing the stretch at the Bricks and Ivy Gala earlier this year.
Yeah. Looking forward to having Tom in the booth tonight.
Wonder if he'll sing it with an Irish brogue.
Stop the bleeding here. Already 4 in. Cosma takes a strike.
Yeah, and it just seems like that's been the nature of this season for Travis. Innings have unraveled on him in a hurry. Stuff was really crisp tonight, and had some misfortune, some soft hits here in this inning. First 2 though were bad pitches. Hanging change up to Grichuk. The ball to Holiday was up.
Five hits, an error. And the 0-1. Now 0-2 to Cosma.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it was the play to put Jay on there, just based on what he's done against left-handed pitching this year, and set up the double play with Cosma. But generally I'm not a big fan of the intentional walk this early in the ball game. I guess my point is that it would have been understandable had Ricky done it.
Dump foul into the seats off of first.
Let's see, nobody on base against Travis this year. Batting average .259. Runners on .294. Runners in scoring position .292.
Well, he's going to end up, last year about 25 to 27 more innings than this year. But he's given up about 20 more runs. Might end up being 25 more runs. Maybe 30 more hits this year than last year. And again, all those fewer innings. So little number down the first base line. Wood will pick it up and tag Cosma. Jay to third, 2 outs. And it's Wainwright.
Another pitcher on the mound. This is not an out, but Wood is a cat. Got on it in a hurry.
Strike called. Line drive percentage up a little bit. Pitches per plate appearance up a little bit. Strike percentage down from last year. A lot of it's subtle, but you add it all up, and you get the year he's had. An ERA of nearly 5.
And a lot of times you can see a pitcher at a certain age going to decline because of the stuff just isn't the same. But that really isn't the case. The stuff is pretty much the same this year as last. It's just the execution of those pitches.
2 strikes to the pitcher. He struck him out looking to end the inning. He's punched out 7, but he just gave up 4.
Welcome to Chief Master Sergeant Smith. The Cubs at Bank of America thank you for your service, sacrifice, and dedication.
Welcome back. That's Chief Master Sergeant Charles Smith, 27 years of service with the United States Air Force. He has completed successful deployments to Iraq, Afghanistan, Africa, and Europe. He is currently the Senior Enlisted Advisor for the Air Force Weather Agency. Congratulations and welcome, Chief Master Sergeant Smith. And there's a birthday. Turning 5. Yeah. Big. That whole one hand covered now. 5 spot. Players are down there bundled up with heaters. This little dude's rocking his shorts.
Four runs for the Cardinals, 1 unearned in the top of this inning.
Cubs have run a pretty good gauntlet of quality starting pitching here lately. Cueto, Greinke, Kershaw, now Wainwright. All in the last few days. And they performed well. Beat Cueto. Got Kershaw out after 5. Same with Greinke. But Wainwright appears to have his A game here tonight. That was not the case with Greinke, nor with Kershaw. They both were off their game a little bit.
It's a major league pop-up. Read a promo before it comes down.
Ooh, let's try. Cubs baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Great times are waiting. Grab some Buds.
Anthony Rizzo digs in, second in the NL in homers with 31, 6 behind Giancarlo Stanton, whose season came to a premature end. Fifth Cubs left-handed hitter to hit the 31 homers in a season. The last to do it, Henry Rodriguez. Oh, Henry hit 31 in 1998. Billy Williams hit at least 31 4 different times. Bill Nicholson, 1944, and Rick Monday, who was here this weekend with the Dodgers. He turned the trick in 1976. The club record for home runs by a lefty. Billy hit 42 in 1970. Not saying Anthony's going to surpass it, but I would give him a fighting chance. Assuming he's with the Cubs for many years to come, I think he could get to 40.
Oh, sure.
And you know what? Before this year, I wasn't sure. I kind of saw him as a 25 to 30 guy, but he has already surpassed that. Wainwright's 2-2. Fair ball. Actually fielded in foul territory behind the bag. Wainwright over to cover. Right now is a great time to plan for your 2015 Cubs spring training experience. Go to Cubs.com/Mesa to place a deposit on season tickets and secure the best seats available. Individual spring training tickets go on sale in January, but make sure you visit Cubs.com/Mesa for the latest updates. Soler with 2 outs takes a curve at 73 for a strike.
We talk so much about fastball command with Wainwright. It's that command of his breaking ball that makes him so tough. You can make it a little bigger and loopier and drop it in for a called strike, then tighten it up and get you to swing and miss when he bounces on home plate.
Ground ball, foul. Opener decided to throw first and ask questions later, which is a smart way to do it.
Wait till you hear the whistle.
I mentioned Holiday with that homer here on July 27th. The Cardinals a 1-0 win. Wainwright went 7 shutout that particular afternoon.
Oh, out of whack with his windup there. I think 7-1 in this ballpark in his career.
Yeah, he's been better here than he has in St. Louis against the Cubs. Kind of strange. And he freezes Soler to end the inning. He's cruising along now with a big lead. MLB.com at bat. The #1 live app for live baseball. It's a live app too. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcasts. See, it's live. The MLB.TV game of the day and more. Get at bat for your smartphone or tablet on the App Store, or go to MLB.com. Guess what? We're live at Wrigley Field.
It's alive. We are live. Matt Carpenter, who doesn't strike out very often, has done so twice already tonight.
No batting gloves, but he likes to step out. Get ready to work. Here we go.
Talking with some scouts in the dining room earlier tonight. We were discussing this whole pace of play issue in baseball. One suggestion that hitters not be allowed to step out of the box. These guys are all in here advancing, looking at the Cardinals, Pirate scouts, Dodger scouts, preparing for potential postseason matchup. Limiting the walk-up music to 5 or 10 seconds instead of 30. I don't know how long they play it for, but apparently guys kind of wait for their music.
I think it's a combination of a bunch of different things. I think limiting visits to the mound. I think you should get 1 per inning, regardless of how many pitchers you use, without taking a pitcher out. And I think the penalty for some of these things, JD, my idea is you got to have 1 foot in the box if you're a hitter, unless you broke your bat or you have an injury. If you need to go talk to your third base coach, you can do it, but it's an automatic strike.
Or maybe you're limited to a couple of offensive timeouts a night.
If you forgot the signs, tough.
Yeah, maybe guys would learn the signs. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. This committee that's been formed, John Sherholtz of the Braves is going to be the chairman. Tony Clark, head of the Players Association, former player, is on that committee. So, you know, anything that is that punishes the players is going to be a tough sell to the Players Association, like adding balls and strikes or things of that nature, because that's going to affect performance. And if it's a team thing, you know, if the manager wants to go to the mound and say that, you know, he'd already been to the mound once, but he could do it, you know, in your scenario where it's going to cost you a ball, I have a hard time seeing the Players Association buying into that kind of a format. It's interesting, though, and hopefully, you know, they kind of spitball like this and throw a lot of things out there, and you know.
If they're serious about it, you got to legislate it. You have to have consequences as opposed to making suggestions.
Yeah, and the one story I read, the commissioner
Grichuk in the air, and Kalish is going to have room right in front of the dirt. Carpenter tagging, and he is out at second. They got him. Mike Matheny's going to head out and may challenge it. But for now, that's a double play.
Carpenter not leaving the base. He thought he was safe, or thought he was potentially safe. Kalish backed up to the warning track. Gets off a pretty good one-hop throw here to Baez, and I think he missed him the first time.
If he missed him, then he's safe.
Yeah.
This is where
the ball beat him. It looked like the tag was not applied till then. My best guess.
Yeah, it's slightly incriminating when we have to go to the tag again.
Yeah.
You do it the second time.
He swipes there, and I think he missed him.
But is it conclusive he missed him?
I don't know, right.
And you can't necessarily say he missed him just because he tagged him again. So, they challenged.
So anyway,
this is another one, JD. I don't think Matheny should have to come out. I think he should just hold a flag up.
Yeah, that speeding this up would be good too. Yeah. But we don't have the long on-field arguments for the most part now, which is a good byproduct of replay. But the story I read on this committee that Commissioner Seelig has put together, and the Commissioner-elect Manfred is also part of it. It used the word recommendations will come out of this committee. And I don't know if that means, I guess it doesn't mean anything, but I'm with you. I think we need rule changes, not just recommendations as in we would prefer it if you do this, that, and the other thing. I think there has to be, here's a new rule that we're going to use to try to increase the pace of play in Major League Baseball.
And by the way, I don't think the game itself is boring. And I think some people worry, and rightly so, that somehow we're going to legislate more offense. That to me is not the issue. What I think they need to eliminate is those moments of nothing happening.
Right. Yeah, I don't want
too much downtime.
Yeah. And we are, baseball tends to run in cycles, and we are in a period of really good pitching right now, and really effective usage, bullpen usage of all these power arms. So late in games, you see a slew of strikeouts, and sometimes those hard throwers are a little wild, so you mix in a few walks, and the ball's not being put in play, and that can become a little boring. But I don't know that that's fixable, other than getting the pitchers to work more quickly and keeping the batters in the batter's box. So at least those strikeouts and walks happen a little more quickly than they currently do.
It's funny you say that the game goes in cycles. I feel like this is the baseball version of the climate change debate. Is this just a cycle, or are things fundamentally changing? We don't know. Well, the Dodgers series that just completed, we did not go to extra innings in any of those games. All right, and the game times were as follows: 353, 331, 344, 345. There's a lot of run scoring, we know that. But there were a ton of pitching changes and mound visits, stepping in, stepping out.
Well, the expanded rosters in September give the managers so much flexibility to make changes too, that adds to it. Well, they're taking a good long look at this one in New York. And understandably. Given the looks we had, it was tough to tell.
Okay, he's called safe. So it is overruled. Successful challenge by Mike Matheny. I got another one for you. How about replay? We say each manager gets one challenge, period, per game.
Well,
you get one shot at some egregious bad call. That would maybe limit some of the ticky-tack stuff we see in the second or third inning. Off the end of the bat, and it's going to drop, and Carpenter will score. So you'd say a great challenge, right, by Mike Matheny. 5-0.
He's on a birthday roll. Second hit of the night for Holiday.
In other words, JD, if the goal was to get rid of the egregiously bad call and not look at every single play, we've had games, I think we've had 3 or 4 maybe challenges, and once you get past the 6th inning, you can make suggestions. Maybe it's just one per team per game. That's it.
I would
choose wisely.
I would vote yes for that proposal.
It's just a little something. It's not going to cure all the issues, but
there's a but coming, and the but is this: is that now we've the language around replay now has become get it right. As long as we get it right. So that seems to be the emphasis now. from MLB. So I don't think they're going to back away from it. But I agree with you. I think it's worth it. I was stunned at how many of these the little bang bang calls we've seen at first base that have been replayed. Back in spring training when we had this conversation, I thought that play would almost never be challenged. But it's challenged all the time.
Or if it's not challenged, the manager runs all the way from the dugout to first base, turns around, looks into his dugout, and then says, "Okay, I'm good."
Yeah.
And then you waste 30 seconds there of just nothing. So, by the way, is this the giveaway tonight?
It's a Frito-Lay's night tonight.
So we have a classic mix. As Peralta takes ball 4. There you go. Got the classic. Got the Doritos, nacho cheese. Got the Cool Ranch. We got the Cheetos Crunchy. Sun Chips original. I like those. And the original corn chips. You have a favorite?
I'm a basic.
I like classic too.
Yeah, basic potato chip.
Right. Sounds good. 20 singles.
Really? We could throw these to some fans later on.
Oh, we could do the Milo thing in the 7th. I like it.
Oh, easy opening bag. I like that. So you want the Sun Chips? I won't throw those out.
No, I'll throw them.
These are nice Doritos.
Maybe Tim McCarver wants one.
Yeah.
Next door.
But the people aren't ready down there. We're just going to bomb them.
I don't want to hit anybody. There's Molina.
People could beat us up down there.
Strike called. Look.
He did it. He did it. The
Mike
guy in the
Clay.
blue.
Hey,
the guy in the light blue did it.
You want it? Here you go, Mike. You don't need. They don't need you right now. Nothing's happening. There you go. Oh, there you go. They're close. Right there. It just fell out of the sky.
It's raining Sun Chips.
Yes, you should eat it. Here. You want one too? Here you go. I'll give it for both of you. There you go. There you go. Enjoy it. I like making people happy. It's a good bit. Tap, foul. Blake Parker is up in the Cubs bullpen. Ooh, Adam checks in on Twitter. How about this? Make the player instantly request the challenge on the spot. You want mass chaos?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you can ask players to make those decisions. We've already had to make decisions, and they always think they're right.
Yeah. Now and then Molina will ambush you and look to turn on one, but typically he's alley to alley.
On his hands that time.
The Pirates, who are 2.5 games behind the Cardinals in the standings, have a 1-0 lead over Atlanta. They're in the bottom of the 8th in Atlanta. Pirate run coming on an Andrew McCutchen home run, his 24th. It seems like the Pirates play a 1-0 game every day lately.
3-2, runners go. They'll stay out of the double play as Baez throws to first to get Molina. Let's step aside, my friends, and see what's coming up on WGN. Glenn and JD and our WGN crew. Cardinals and Cubs here at Wrigley Field. Our good friends, the Sun Chips. Second and third for Matt Adams.
Big man. More of a line drive hitter than pure slugger, but I think the home run numbers will continue to increase. The longer he's in the league, the more he's going to get an understanding of how they're trying to pitch him. And starts to use that lower body a little bit more too. He's going to start to lift the ball.
Now back. We've ruined our argument for quickening the pace of game. Everybody on Twitter loves the fact we've been throwing Doritos all over the place. Adams is going to knock in 2, and this may knock Travis Wood out of the ball game. Long single, 7-0.
Well, he's so good first time through the order, but since then the Cardinals have had his number. Another disappointing night for Travis Wood in what has been a very disappointing season. Really good last time out. Great start to his game here tonight. Thought maybe he's going to be able to finish with 2 real solid starts. The Cardinals have put a touchdown and kicked the extra point.
Will face Jay, and ball 1. Strike 3 to end the inning. They add 3 to their lead. Who wants chips?
Chips.
We got classic.
Chips. Look out. Ooh. Chips. Chips for sale.
Chips. Cardinals trying to get their magic number down to 4, if not 3, depending on the Pirates tonight. We're leading at Atlanta 1-0 in the 9th. Here's Valbuena. That chip toss is kind of fun.
Yeah.
We've got more to unleash a little later. We'll give everybody a little break.
We're going to start throwing out cans of French onion dip.
Two 2-0. Wainwright looking for win number 20.
The other day in the Kershaw game, Dodgers scored 6 in the first. And we got a note from Rob Nager that Kershaw was, what, 65-0 when given a 4-run lead.
Yep.
And so, you know, same kind of thing applies to Wainwright here. The chances coming back in this one are almost nil.
Are you calling out Rob Nager?
Yeah, that's it. I'm just throwing that out there, see if somebody else wants to do research for us.
Second base runner tonight. Valbuena leadoff walk.
Of course, that doesn't mean that those teams haven't lost games. Because typically, if you're up 4 or 5 runs and you start to give it up, you come out of the game and you're not the pitcher of record.
Right.
So there's no way Adam Wainwright is going to be a losing pitcher tonight. Doesn't mean that if the Cubs chip away against him and then get into the bullpen, they could ultimately win the game.
You're saying sometimes statistics don't tell the whole story?
Sometimes.
Well, I always like the one, team leading after 8 is 93-2. Whatever. It's like, yeah, well, they're supposed to be.
Yeah, even the bad teams.
Even bad teams win most of their games when they're ahead after 8. Well, let's see. The Cubs are 69-87, so they're 18 games under 500. When they lead entering the 9th, they're 60-2.
Yeah.
When they're down going into the 9th, they're 0-77. The Cardinals probably going to win this division. They're 0-58 when they trail after 8, and they're 77-3 with the lead after 8.
Yeah. Typically, most clubs are very good at closing people out from the 7th inning on. 7th inning, oftentimes, it becomes a critical inning in a ball game. Win the 7th, win the game.
Three and one. Here it is on Castillo, and he muscles one out into center, but it's going to fly all the way out to Jay, who makes the catch. One away. Well, remember we were in St. Louis. Cubs won the first 2 games, and Soler had the 2-homer performance, and just kind of felt like they noticed in the Cardinal dugout. St. Louis came back to win the final 2 games of that series. I think teams who see Soler and Alcantara and Baez for the first time, they see the talent.
Yeah, there's a lot of people around the game talking about these young players.
And I thought you hit it right on the head when we were in St. Louis. Executives, they know the names and probably have scouted a lot of these guys on other teams and in other organizations. But major league players, by and large, live in their own world, so they've heard the name. But when we were in St. Louis, I remember talking to A.J. Przinsky. He goes, yeah, I'm curious to see Baez. And so I've been hearing about these guys. They haven't seen them until they actually see them in a big league uniform. They don't really have an opinion.
And veteran players tend to be skeptical of young players. Okay, I've heard good things about you. Now prove it. Show me what you got.
Yeah, and I'm guessing the ball Soler hit 460 feet or whatever it was, the second homer that night.
That's pretty good
got
proof.
Everybody's attention.
Yeah, there's pretty good evidence right there.
He's reliving that moment. Struck him out for 6 for Wainwright.
Every now and then he'll take a shot upstairs. Typically he works the bottom of the strike zone. A lot of good pitchers, the key is to stay out of that middle zone, that happy zone, mid thigh. You know, you go down around the knees or up about letter high.
So here's a question for you. So you got Adam Wainwright on the mound tonight. You had Johnny Cueto last week, even though he struggled, and Clayton Kershaw was not at his best on Friday. But did you, as a young pitcher especially, and I'm thinking of a guy like Kyle Hendricks, are you really paying attention? Are you really watching what a guy does when you see him up close and personal, just to gather any sort of information you can from the other side? Or do you just watch?
I'm mostly just watched. I think there are other guys that, you know, if you see a pitcher who has similar game plan as you do, same kind of stuff, you might be able to pick up some ideas. I think, you know, you're so kind of locked in with what you do, what your approach is to try to get hitters out. It's hard to watch another guy.
Could have been strike 3. Instead it's ball 1. Breaking ball is hit in the air out into left center. Long run, John Jay, and he's got it to end the inning. All Cardinals tonight, 7-0.
Cardinals tonight, 7-zip, 8 hits to 1. And Holiday 2 out of 3. Wainwright doing his thing. Rizzo with a lone hit for the Cubs tonight, and Travis Wood's season comes to an end, allowing 6 earned runs, 7 runs total in 5 innings of work. Start something special with great leases and low financing on a new Honda. Visit shophonda.com or visit your local Honda dealer. And here comes Blake Parker. 17th big league appearance this year. 1-1 with a .568. Fastball, curveball, split finger pitch.
In his first offering to Pete Kozma, misses the outside corner on a fastball.
So one Arkansan yields to another Arkansan.
Arkansasian?
It could be.
Now, I used to be called a Michigander, but I believe they've changed it to Michigani.
Really?
Yes.
Who's they?
You know them. You know who they are.
They say. Same guys that say you can't steal with a big lead?
Yes.
I kind of like Michigander.
I do too. Line shot. Ryan Kalish makes a catch for the out.
There's the unwritten rule book.
Ironically titled Unwritten.
So and there's no rules in there, so you can just make them up.
So, people from the great state of Illinois are Illinoisans?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Is that what you've heard?
I think so, yeah. Illinoisans?
Well, the Illini.
Illini.
I guess you could use. So, if you have a thought, you can tweet us. And we'll throw a bag of Doritos at your Twitter handle. You can kind of have this. Just kind of throw it at your computer.
Illinoisans?
Swing and a miss on a curveball. 2 away.
So we mentioned earlier about Mike Matheny heading to the postseason for the third time. All 3 years he's been a manager. There's only been a handful of guys to do that. Huey Jennings back in 1907-09 with Detroit. Ralph Houck with the Yankees in the early 60s. Larry Dierker also celebrating a birthday today. 97 through 99 with the Astros, and Ron Gardenhire with the Twins 2002-04.
Larry Dierker, that's a good one. Strike called.
Carpenter hasn't put it in play yet. A couple of strikeouts and a walk. Advanced to second on a deep fly, ruled safe after a replay challenge. Led to a 3-run inning. He's got pretty good action on that curveball tonight.
Well, the final start of Travis Wood's season has been a problem the last 2 years. I checked the actual number last year, but wasn't he under 3 and he ended up at 311? He got that last inning. And in the deep right center, Soler will not get it. One hops a wall. Carpenter's got a double. So last year, Travis Wood threw 1 inning in his final start, and then he was pulled, and it was in St. Louis. He gave up 3 runs in that first inning, and his final ERA went from 2.98 to 3.11. Tonight, assuming this is it for him this season, he went from 4.86 to 5.03. That hurts.
Yeah, he had been up above 5 and got it down below with that last outing. Among qualifiers, he had the highest ERA in the National League prior to tonight's start. It would be a year he'd rather forget. Learn from it and move on. Weird night tonight. He had 8 strikeouts. Good action on his pitches.
Been in on Grichuk. That ball took off on Parker. Now 2-1. The Indians beat the Royals 4-3 in that suspended game in Kansas City. They finished it in Cleveland earlier today. So a 10-inning ball game. And the Indians got the win. 4-3 the final. In the nightcap, Kansas City with a 2-0 lead in the top of the 9th. So the Indians not done yet, but really need to come back in the bottom of the 9th. Rizzo into the Cardinal bullpen, and he's got it, and that'll end the inning. 2-out double, no runs, 7-zip St. Louis. Beautiful Wrigley Field, including tonight, just 3 more home games in 2014. Great shot at the corner. Waveland and Sheffield. The entrance of the Bud Light bleachers. Logan Watkins will hit for Parker. Strike 1 called. Bounce past Wainwright, but behind second it's Peralta. Low throw dug out by Adams for the out.
We've seen a whole lot of Carlos Villanueva lately. It looks like he'll be next. Cubs limited to 2 base runners so far tonight. 2 out double by Rizzo in the first. And the leadoff walk to Valbuena in the 5th.
Pirates a 1-0 winner at Atlanta. So they clinch a playoff spot with a magic number of 2. So barring a total collapse, they're in. Coughlin not happy with himself as he pops it up. And we should know when you get your magic number down to 1, you have clinched essentially a tie for something.
That's right.
Right? So the Pirates' magic number is not that, but it's as close to that as you can get.
Yeah, this fuzzy playoff picture is starting to clear up a little bit here. It looks like Pirates and the Giants will play in the wild card game. Site to be determined. Those teams were dead even coming into play tonight. Nationals 2 games better than the Dodgers, 2.5 games better than the Dodgers for the best overall record in the National League. So it looks like they would host the winner of the play-in game. And the Cardinals will play the Dodgers in the first round. Starting in LA if things don't change.
And because of just a 2-game difference,
things could change.
Things could.
Yeah.
There's an incentive for the Cardinals to keep pressing even after they clinch the division. 1-2 on Baez. And he got him on the curve to end the inning. Cubs fan cam. The Bobby Fuller 4. That band, of course, did I Fought the Law. That's Let Her Dance, the Bobby Fuller 4. 7-0 St. Louis. Cardinals bat in the 7th. Guess who started that band?
Bobby Fuller.
Yep, you're on it. Formed in El Paso, Texas in 1962.
Were there 4 of them?
I don't know. I would assume there were 4 at one point. Carlos Villanueva.
Like Parker won scoreless. A lot of hit. No walks, 1 strikeout. Carlos 5-7, 464. Works for the 42nd time. Holiday. A little perplexed by that call, but it looked like a good pitch.
Royals beat the Indians 2-0 in the regularly scheduled game tonight. Lined.
Look out.
Foul.
Guy hit some screaming line drives. One of the stronger humanoids in the game.
2-2 is outside on a fastball.
Cubs typically try to pitch him hard in. Guys with a little giddy up on their fastball, or some running action in on the hands. Carlos doesn't have that plus velocity, so he's got to go about it a little bit differently.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Thanks to the Roost Carolina Kitchen. Oh man, look at those biscuits. Chicken just to die for. Nice going, JD.
Good stuff, wasn't it?
Yes.
There's Skip.
Everybody's happy.
Mark Brady, Bob Borwald
on his fantasy team. Hi, Scott.
Brady's been
I'm full.
bragging about that chicken, raving about it all year.
Peach cobbler too for dessert. Oh my. Peralta hit it hard, but right to Alcantara. Two outs here in the 7th, and it's Yadier Molina, 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run. Here's the pitch. Changed them up, and a strike call.
That's the thing about Carlos. He can go through stretches of limited activity and still have really good command of his pitches. suspect if you were to ask Chris Bosio, say, your top two guys who, when throwing in the bullpen, are going to hit the catcher's mitt the highest percentage of the time, the answer would be Villanueva and Hendricks. Of course, Arrieta, the way he's been going along.
Yeah.
It's funny. We've been talking about Cueto and Kershaw and Greinke and Wainwright, but the best game pitched so far is Arrieta.
Yep.
And that game was not an outlier. I mean, that's who he has become.
Ground ball to short. Baez scoops. And it's time now for the 7th inning stretch, and it's brought to you by Budweiser.
Tonight's guest conductors for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Brinks and Ivy winners Tom O'Reilly and Dan Kirk.
All right, Cub fans, let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, so just root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Let's get runs.
Who wants them? Jeez.
Paulo likes the Cheetos.
All right, let me see if I can get one to Coomer. Can't get it over there.
No one's going down to the lower deck. What, Coomer should use this vacuum hose there? It looks like something out of a Dr. Seuss.
Dan McClellan. Oh, I guess we could just walk it over there, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't be any fun.
Sorry, Danny.
A few years ago, we were playing the Rockies back in Houston, and I was firing out some peanuts, and I tried to throw an angle shot like that, and it hit the booth next to us. It was Dan O'Dowd, the general manager for the Rockies, and the peanuts just exploded all over his booth. I think it spilled his drink. And they had lost like 7 in a row. It was just felt so bad.
Two and 2 on Rizzo. I'm done throwing them for tonight.
You need to ice down your shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a pitch by Wainwright. A jam shot pop up, and Cosma makes the catch.
He has not missed his spot very often tonight, he being Adam Wainwright. He's on quite a roll.
Boy, that has been his pitch.
He's got a 182 road ERA this year. He's been better on the road than at home. Doing perhaps his best work of the season here down the stretch. That's really been the key to the Cardinals. It's not like they're tearing the cover off the ball. They've been a fairly mediocre, middle of the pack offensive club all year long. Pitching's leading the way here in September. They got a 2.56 team ERA this month, third best in the league, trailing only the Pirates and the Nationals.
One and two on Soler. And another strikeout. 8 and counting for Adam Wainwright against just one walk. He's only given up 2 base runners all night. The double to Rizzo in the first, the Valbuena walk in the 5th.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll hear guys say, well, I played a little bit of pro ball, but I didn't make it very far, or I played high school ball, but I didn't play college ball, and kind of the tagline will be, because I couldn't hit the curveball. Well, big leaguers have a hard time hitting the curveball too.
Trouble with the curve, right?
Yeah. Having a hard time recognizing it out of the hand of Wainwright. Some guys kind of loop it up there and it has a little hump, and you can see it out of their hand and read breaking ball early. That's not the case with Wainwright. Not tonight. That's a snapdragon he's featuring.
1 and 2. As hard as you'll see him throw these days, 90 on that fastball. So the Giants and the Dodgers playing tonight. I guess Pablo Sandoval got hit by Dan Herron, and then Yasiel Puig got hit by Jake Peavy. Now watching the game, just following some of those details on Twitter, makes you go, 3 and 2 on Valbuena.
Can't be very far along.
Bottom of the first, 1-0 San Francisco. Gregor Blanco with a home run in the top of that inning. Lined and into center for a base hit. Second hit of the night for the Cubs.
Constitutes a rally right there. Valbuena's been in a real good stretch here lately. His second reach.
So remember the conversation we had the other day about Kershaw whether Don Mattingly might try to save some bullets if he's got a big lead in the playoffs. There's some scurrying now in the Cardinal bullpen. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Wainwright has dominated tonight, but he's now over 100 pitches. And because of the fact we're in late September, I wonder if Mike Matheny should be thinking about 7-0, right?
Yep.
And there's another base hit. That will get some action going quickly.
That's kind of the irony of it, though. For me, if the Cubs start to score a little bit, I probably still want Wainwright on the mound. He's your best option. But if he takes a 7-0 lead, gets through this inning, 7-0 or 7-1, if I were Matheny, I would shut him down.
That will end the inning. Contour grounds out. Back-to-back hits, no runs, still 7-0. Budweiser, great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Ford, manufacturers of America's best-selling brand. Check out our best-selling lineup at your local Ford store or online at localfordstores.com. And by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Carlos Villanueva in his second inning of work. And Matt Adams. Swing and a miss. Deep to right. Bangs it off the wall. Soler to second. Adams just got in, but it is fun to watch him throw. And that's just pretty much an automatic double. You bang one off the wall and right. He was playing well off the line, but he still made it close.
Yeah, he's got a cannon attached to his right shoulder out there. He's the kind of guy, when you're pitching, you hope base runners try to take extra bases. He might get an out for you.
Yeah, there just aren't too many Ellis Valentines, Jeff Francoeurs, Vladimir Guerreros, Dave Parker's around. Fun when you see throws like that. Cespedes and Puig. But the accuracy is what really impresses for Jorge. I'd have to give him A+ across the board. I mean, have you seen anything about his game that?
Yeah, no.
Just play, young man, right? Just do your thing. Line into right center. He may get another chance here. Adams coming around. He's not going to make that throw. And again, a smart decision.
Right. That's the thing.
To not make that throw.
Guys with big arms like to show it off, and they like to make heroic throws, and they make mistakes because of it. They give up extra bases to back runners, and so far he's done a nice job of being able to read the situation, realize when he has a play and when he doesn't have a play. I mean, he gives himself a shot. He aggressively pursues that ball. Looks up, realizes there's no play to be made, keeps the double play in order.
So Jay has knocked in 3 tonight. Line to Baez, throw to first. Not in time. This was after Jay's RBI single.
Choreography.
Oscar Taveras. He's long been the Cardinals' top prospect. Ball 1. Two balls, no strikes. Deep to center field. Kalish on the move. Makes another terrific catch. That'll send Jay back to first. 2 outs.
Yeah, there have not been many highlights for the Cubs in this ball game, but 2 plays by Kalish stand out. One early, and now this one here in the top half of the 8th. Nice play.
Here's Carpenter. So Wainwright Dunn seems to be in really good shape for his 20th win, leading 8-0 here in the 8th.
Cardinals will maintain their 2.5 game lead over the Pirates, who beat the Braves 1-0 tonight. Cardinals have played one more game than the Pirates. Cardinals are off Thursday. Pirates are not. Pirates have a 4-game series in Atlanta before heading to Cincinnati to finish the season. St. Louis will move on to Phoenix for their final 3.
Only run in that Pirate game was Andrew McCutchen's 24th home run. So they keep playing 1-0 decisions. That's what, 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Going back to their Milwaukee weekend. So Clint Hurdle wins the Manager of the Year last year, and the Pirates are going back to the playoffs again.
You got to knock out the champion.
Yeah, if you're the incumbent. Everybody was gunning for them this year.
Yeah, but they won last year. Therefore, there were expectations that they would be good this year.
So who would you?
Oh, I don't know. I think
just tell me who would you?
Nationally, any
Matt
number,
Williams?
any yeah, why not? Although, how about Matheny?
Yeah, people around the Cardinals say this has been his best job as their manager. He's had to really manage this year as Carpenter strikes out. 8-0 St. Louis.
Sweet home Chicago.
Night moves, trying to make some front page driving news, working on a night move.
8-0 St. Louis. Peter Borges, some Cards moves. He's playing center. Jay moves to left. Sam Freeman, left-hander.
Hard throwing left-hander. 2-0 with a .250 in 40 appearances so far.
And Caesar for Kalish.
.511, $165, a wiry guy, but he throws hard. Quick arm action.
Roll to Cosma. Arodys Vizcaíno apparently will get the 9th. Mike Alt, ball 1. Looking for his first homer since coming back from AAA Iowa. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Straight change that time from Freeman.
Shelby Miller, Kyle Hendricks tomorrow on WCIU. John Lackey and Jake Arrieta Wednesday. Fastball away. The pitch blowing in. What a win for the Oakland A's yesterday. In extras on a Josh Donaldson 2-run homer in the 10th to beat the Phillies. And tonight they've put up a 4 spot in the opening inning and lead the Angels 4-1.
Jeff Samardzija pitching tonight for the A's.
He walked him.
And it's one thing about Freeman, he does issue a fair number of free passes. Mike Matheny's got to have some concerns with his bullpen. Trevor Rosenthal struggled with his command all year long. So two-thirds of an inning tonight for C.J. Wilson and done. 2 hits, 4 walks, 4 runs. He was the starting pitcher for the Angels in that game against the A's. And Samardzija, who has not had a whole lot of run support with the A's, gets some here tonight. Somebody wrote a story I read the other day. It said Jeff Samardzija was the unluckiest man in baseball this year.
Sure feels like it. It's funny how we've just gotten used to expanded interleague play. Arizona is at the Twins tonight. Final week of the season. And if you're curious, the Diamondbacks have a 5-2 lead in the bottom of the 7th.
I was wondering about that one.
No, you weren't. Derek Jeter knocked in 3 as the Yankees shut out Baltimore 5-0 on 1 hit. Final home series for Jeter. The Orioles clinched home field advantage in their division series because Detroit lost to the White Sox. $2-0 the final in that one.
Detroit falls to 86-70. Kansas City now 85-71.
Full count, 3-2. Ball 4.
That'll get some action going in the Cardinal bullpen.
Battery mates again. Giovanni Soto knocking in 2 in the first inning. He's catching Samardzija tonight. Choate, Seth Maness. Baez takes a strike. Well located by Freeman. Change up outside.
Baez much more likely to get a mistake off Freeman than he was off Wainwright. Wainwright carved him up pretty good tonight. A couple of punch outs and a pop up to first base. Freeman has good stuff, but he does not have the command that Wainwright does.
Peralta down to get it, and they turn to 6-4-3, and the inning comes to a very quick halt. Javier hit it hard, but into a 6-4-3. Our directors, Skip Ellison, Tamara Anderson, our associate producer. The executive producer of WGN Sports is Bob Borwald. Christina Ballas, our studio coordinator at WGN. Paula Oskrova, our stage manager in the booth. Great work by our entire crew. Here's Matt Caesar in center after pinch hitting. And Arodys Vizcaíno takes over on the mound.
Yeah, just 4 appearances so far for Vizcaíno with the big club, so not a whole lot to digest yet. This is the hard-throwing right-hander the Cubs got from the Braves. He not pitched in 2012-13, coming back from surgeries. Started with the Yankees, then the Braves.
Big cut and a miss by Randall Grichuk. Jim Tianis. Bob Albrecht. Kenny Lyles. Mike Clay. He's got a lot of potato chips in his back pocket. courtesy us. Bloop base hit for Grichuk. Win Griffiths. Where's Win? Hi, Win. Shout out to Mark Stencil. Anytime we make some funny reference about something on the internet, he finds a picture of it. And we pop it up. Where's Joe? Hey, Pawsey. He's right behind us. He's a Marquette guy. Can't forget about Pawsey. Come on.
Which is nice.
He was almost literally under our nose. Frank Leone running the board and playing all this fun Van Halen music. One strike on Borges. His first at bat, he came into play center in the bottom of the 8th. Dave Grunvig in the house. Greg Gressel, Mike Aiello. Swing and a miss. 95 with some life from Vizcaíno.
Yeah, you love this arm.
Danielle Denning making sure the score and the base runners, the count, the outs are all accurate on your TV screen. That bounced way out in front of home plate. That one got away from Vizcaíno. Scott Jones, Steve Casey, John Eckert, finding all those great replays. 1-2. Roberto Rios punching all the buttons. Take whatever. That one. Kurt Bagby, video. Mike Kessel with NEP. Victor Navarro. Danny Meager. Danny Mahar. I knew it was Mahar. Someone said Meager. I should have known better. Fly ball center. It's Caesar for the out.
Stay classy, San Diego.
This is Daniel Descalzo. Thanks,
Thank
JD.
us. Thanks, Len.
I mentioned Paula. There's
Paula.
Bob and Paula.
There's Bob and Paula.
Here, Paula.
Found her. She's hiding.
Here, hey, Paula. Here, some potato chips. Bob, there you go. Got 2 bags left.
There goes my drive home treat.
Oh, wait, I've got crunchy Cheetos. I think Paula wanted those. Yes. Hey, JD. It's not my bag. Okay.
You were left holding the bag.
2-0 to Descalzo. A 2-0 pitch. 3-0. As we envision this power bullpen in the future, you definitely have to think about this guy being in the middle of it.
Yeah, well, and just, you know, the more high ceiling arms you can add to the mix, the more flexibility it gives you, you know, as you try to sort it all out. You know, maybe you want to try to move one of these current guys into the rotation. If Vizcaíno proves himself to be healthy and can throw enough strikes, he can move into one of those late inning relief roles. As he came up through the Yankees and then Braves systems, he was primarily a starting pitcher.
He walked him. Tony Cruz. Also want to thank Greg Easterly, our president general manager, WGN, and Doug Stanton, who moved on to other opportunities a couple of months ago, but we want to acknowledge Doug's efforts. Cruz hitting for Molina. One and one. Popped him up. Field fly in effect. Rizzo the catch. Here's Adams with 2 outs. One bit of advice for baseball fans out there as we do get into October: don't believe any pundits who tell you they know what's going to happen, because they don't, and it's their job to try to tell you. But nobody really knows.
No way. Once you get into the postseason, that's why I never bought into that. Well,
broken bat roller. Nice job, Baez, and the pick at the other end. That was a tricky play for Javier Baez, but he made it. Romper room.
Hey, food fight.
Looking for their 22nd shutout of the year. leading 8-0. And it'll be veteran left-hander Randy Choate against Anthony Rizzo to start this bottom of the ninth. Some other changes for the Cardinals. Descalzo stays in and plays second. Cosma goes over to short. And Tony Cruz catching.
So the young, hard-throwing left-hander Freeman replaced by the veteran, crafty left-hander Choate. Who's anything but hard-throwing. His fastball right around 84, 85 miles an hour. Sinkers and sliders. His job is just to neutralize dangerous left-handed hitters. So the point I was trying to make there,
yes,
towards the end of that previous inning was, the whole notion about that it's going to be a terrible disappointment if this, Team X doesn't win the World Series. They're built to win it all. Well, it's a disappointment for everybody when their season ends, except for the team that's holding the trophy. And the notion that you cannot, it wouldn't be a good season because you didn't win the World Series. I don't care how talented, how much payroll you have. You get through the long slog of a season, you win a division, you've accomplished something. Everybody's beatable in the postseason.
It was pointed out, and I have to find who made that point. Twitter. And give credit where credit is due. There's a pretty decent chance there will not be a 100 loss team. There may not be a 100 win team in all of baseball this year. I think we see more teams kind of scrunched in the middle than before. The liner will be caught by Borges. And best team we've seen this year in person was probably the Blue Jays, but they're not going to make it. That 3-game series was a sweep in Toronto, and then the Cubs swept Baltimore. They're 31 over 500. I don't think we've seen a team you'd go, they don't have any holes. I think every team has something you can point to go, well, that's maybe a soft spot. I'm with you on the Nationals probably being not airtight, but pretty darn good going into postseason action.
Yeah,
if the Dodgers hit like they did this weekend, nobody will beat them.
Yeah.
But they probably won't because they'll face
some really good pitching
top of the rotation guys. I mean, think about this weekend. They had Kemp going. They had Gonzalez going. They had Puig just out of his mind.
Oh, yeah.
Like every time he stepped
Crawford's hitting 4-something in September. Uribe was hitting 380-something in September.
Pete Gordon, that long hitting streak. Soler against the shift into center. They had 3 guys on the other side of second. So he is on for the first time.
Like Soler was making a concerted effort to go the other way there.
There was a baseball prospectus piece written a few years ago, roughly titled, "Why Doesn't Billy Beane's Thing Work in the Postseason?" And it kind of tried to identify what kinds of things do you want for a postseason run. And I don't know if we've really gotten to the point where you can say you've built a playoff roster. I think everybody generally should be able to pitch a little bit. Yeah, strong back end of the bullpen, man. You don't want to go into the postseason not feeling good about your 8th and 9th innings.
Yeah, and I think that's a concern the Dodgers have. I think that's a concern this club here has. The guys in the red hats.
That could be it. 4-6-3 to end the game. So the Cardinals shut out the Cubs tonight, and they get their magic number down to 4 to clinch the National League Central. Final score from Wrigley Field tonight as Adam Wainwright gets number 20. The Cardinals 8, the Cubs nothing.